We as human beings are the most adaptable species on this planet. A fish doesn't wake up in the morning, put on a kepi, and go for a swim. He swims, but he's not exactly going to walk out of the ocean and start climbing a tree. The gorilla, he doesn't go down to Dis-Chem, buy protein shakes, creatine, branch chain amino acids, and go and smash the gym to create hypertrophy. He is naturally muscular. Have you ever seen a very thin model, endurance-based looking gorilla? Well, the human, he goes to gym for power, he becomes more powerful. He wants strength, he becomes stronger. He lies on a couch, he becomes the couch. If he wants more flexibility, range of motion, he shall. However, there's something to remember that, our tissues of our body don't fail because of pain, they fail because of load. And also our central nervous system is autonomic in nature, and it's got a sympathetic and a parasympathetic state. And if we look at exercise is a stress, and it drives our central nervous system into a sympathetic state. Epinephrine in the brain, adrenaline in the body, cortisol throughout, heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up. It's a stress. And then don't forget the amount of load on musculoskeletal structures. So, personal trainers, conditioning coaches, physiotherapists, highly recommended to do a sports massage course, because at the end of the day, our responsibility as trainers, personal trainers, health and wellness practitioners is to create better functioning human beings. And if we constantly are stressing the body, it is not going into a parasympathetic state or battles to go across. And, healing and the magic sits in this parasympathetic state. And when you do a sports massage, there's only two reasons why we do a sports massage. And that is to shift the central nervous system from a sympathetic to a parasympathetic state and to deload tissue. And not to mention, from a skill set as a human being, being able to add value to another human being's life. Sports massage definitely does that. Legacy is about changing people's lives and, installing something and affecting people's lives every day. And then, of course, from a business perspective, if you look at your database, one of the easiest ways for client retention and database retention is to add an additional skill set to retain your clients because of the offering. And not only that, more importantly, is that offering is there to help that client. We can train them, we can overload them, we can put them in the gym, we can periodize it. But if you're not introducing forms of recovery, such as sports massage, maybe it's something to think about.